Hello and welcome back to this Learning to Play series for I, Napoleon from GMT Games. Our first attempt, if you've seen that, went disastrously wrong early on for Napoleon, unfortunately, but we're back to see if we can get further. Same as the last time, my brother will be playing it. I'll be doing my best to make sure that we play it correctly, but not really offering any insight onto how to play the game so that you can get a sense of what it takes to get into I, Napoleon. And with that, we'll take you straight into the game. All right, so you're going to invade Russia.
Yeah, this felt nuts, and I've been worried about it for days.
Well, this is a good way to learn. I mean, the thing is, it's doable. It's really just a question of kind of what cards come out during the turn.
That's what it felt like. But the -2, I've got to overcome that. But I got a lot of glory.
Yep.
Commanders I can pull in. I got a good bit of admin.
Yep.
Don't waste it. My thinking is make sure I can get to the +4 and then another +4, and let's see if we can get through it.
Yep, I think that's fair. Actually, well, the one thing I will say is you don't have to worry as much about the second +4 because there's actually a stalemate result. So it's on the campaign.
Oh.
So literally this is going to be one round.
Get it to a +4.
Yeah. And so, yeah. So
which I find now pretty fascinating.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, there's a lot of cards that can come out that can sort of fuck with this. So just let's see what comes out.
Yeah, see, I don't know that yet.
I probably shouldn't swear on these videos, but we'll play it out and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
So we got to advance the year. So going into Russia in 1807.
1807. So a little earlier. I actually looked it up. I'm pretty sure it was a mild winter.
Well, that's good.
Yep. So Napoleon's luck. I think that tees us up. I got to get my points. So
you gotta get all your admin and stuff.
Dang family.
Yep.
Sucking glory. So. I'm starting up here. I got -3 glory just out of the chute with those guys, but I get a political point for my lovely wife. I get my admin from Mr. Napoleon. I have one diplomatic.
Yes.
I lose another 2, but I get another political point. Get another 2 admin here, and I got 1 here, and I want to skip the fine Nelson yet again, but I don't.
Exactly. There you go.
I think that's it.
That is it. Correct. All right. So now you will note on the year marker, there is like a little, we're going to add some cards this turn.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully they're not bad Russia cards. I can honestly say that.
Well, they're not, but you're going to enjoy one of them, I will tell you.
Good.
So I think we're into the card deck phase. So you add those cards from 1807. So the one that you're going to enjoy, just went there. So, well, you've got another idiot.
Another 2.
Another family member embarrassing you at court.
Ay.
And then the other one went into the deck.
Do any cards come out?
No cards come out. Nope. I think from here on out, pretty much everything comes out by the play of another card.
I asked you that in the last.
It's only in those early turns that things come out for certain years, pretty much.
Interesting. But, so I think that's it. I think we're in card action.
We are in card action. Yep. Oh, there you go.
Well, let's see. So, trying to understand why I would want him in Chief of Staff, considering he seems much better.
Yep.
Is there a impact he has somewhere that I don't remember? That's out on the...
Not that you've seen. Probably the only thing I would say at this point is it's hypothetically possible that he wouldn't have been there, in which case it might have been something to think about. But I think you're kind of like doing the math correctly right now.
Yep. So I think we just move him 2 commanders.
More commanders. You need more commanders.
Never have enough. When play, must play in Talleyrand. Remove any card already there. All right.
So
Remove secret intelligence from play.
Your foreign minister
allows the play of it.
Yeah, your foreign minister proves less than trustworthy.
Yep.
So Talleyrand is going to come out.
Yeah. He disappears and he comes in, and so this disappears as well.
Correct. What I'm going to do though, let's take that card. What I'm going to do is let's put this card right here, because we have to remember that secret intelligence comes out. And so what we'll do is if it gets played, this will be a reminder.
I'm going to be looking.
Otherwise, during next year's card deck phase, we'll use this as a reminder to go find it.
Yep. All right. You're identifying a few game markers that would have been awesome.
Yeah,
just to have.
But I mean these cards prove useful to the task, I find.
All right, third card.
It's going to be a siege.
The campaign. Okay, I don't. So it looks like it's just an opportunity for some glory.
Correct. Yeah.
Feels okay.
Ooh, that's good.
I just want. Yeah, that's actually very helpful.
So far, you got to be pretty happy with this. This is looking pretty good.
Yeah, I really want to roll a nut.
That's only a -1. You should be able to overcome that.
I really wanted a 1 there, believe me. All right, that doesn't seem terrible.
Nope.
Oops.
Oh,
and we're done.
That's good. You are in pretty. Nothing really horrible came up with regard to Russia.
Yeah. I mean, I basically have to get one more.
Yep.
General there, and I still have my luck, which is very important.
Yep.
So I believe I have 6 admin to spend. I want to save one for that one.
I think that's a good idea.
I believe I should. May as well just use those. So that 3 admin. So I basically have 3 admin to spend if I did my math correctly.
Yeah, those 3 cards you want to use. Yep.
None of those require any admin.
Right.
So now.
So make sure you look, before you start assigning commanders, one thing, make sure you look at the campaign card, because you want to know where you are and how many commanders you need. That's right.
When you say where you are.
Look at the campaign effect.
Yes, I know I'm at a -2.
Yeah, and technically a -3 because of this, right? So yeah, you just want to know where you are and how many commanders you're going to need to get to your +4.
Right. So it's only 1 round of combat.
Right.
I can spend 1 admin and ignore a bloody result. So may as well play the army, Grand Army.
Yep.
I get a +1 automatically.
Yep. So I'm going to move that DRM for you for both of those.
That would be 2.
You're saving 1 for that just in case.
But I get a +1 and another +1 for those 2.
Right.
Admin.
So when you technically you spend those later.
Yes, but I'll leave them. But that effectively puts me at a +1.
Right.
So I need 3 from my commanders.
Correct. Right.
And there's really no reason to bring any more.
There really isn't in this particular campaign because, a stalemate is going to end the campaign. I mean, actually, before I say that, if you get a stalemate or defeat, you have to fight retreat from Russia. And so retreat from Russia, actually, you can result in, you could have a stalemate. So you might want to bring a few extra in case you end up retreating from Russia.
That would make sense. Yeah. So I think if I'm doing the math right, that was 3 admin we want to use for those.
Yes.
Which means I can spend 3 admin.
Correct.
Unless I want to save any for moving into a diplomatic point. But I got a 1. He's useless.
Well, you would bring him. The reason you would bring him is if you wanted to hedge against like a the retreat. But yes.
So.
See, he's kind of good, right? Because you could, if you do end up having to fight the other campaign, he kind of gives you some.
Yep.
The Desai I'm thinking of in this case, right?
Right. But if we're fighting the other campaign, do you fight the other campaign immediately?
Yep. This is one of those cases where you place it and resolve it immediately. You can find that.
Is that on the card?
That's on the
clearly.
That's on the
Russian. Must immediately resolve. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's on, actually, sorry. Yeah, it's on this card. Yep.
So I can spend glory for that. I can spend some glory trying to find. Thought I had somebody who was, but maybe he's gone.
I think he may have been. He may have been wounded in Prussia and Austria. Augereau, your political guy.
It's a shame. All right, so that's the G. So I can get another -4 just by spending. Is that right? No, I can get a. Yeah, I can get a +4 for these two by spending 3 glory.
Well, hang on a second.
Right.
So you had like a couple of extra cards. Let's make sure I know what you're. So, are you talking about Messena and Murat? Which ones are you talking about?
That's good. I didn't see. There's actually, yes, those two would give me a +4. Oh no, he's after the first round.
Right. That's what I was going to get at. I thought.
I assume retreat from Russia. Oh yeah, all combat rounds. Also a -2.
Yeah. So he would be useful if you retreat from Russia and you get 2 combat rounds.
Yeah. I think I'm bringing everybody I can spend glory for. So that's 6 glory. If you win this thing, there's plenty of glory coming.
Yes, there is. That is true.
So there's actually 1 more glory.
Yeah, you have 4 of them.
Another 2 glory. So, yeah. So 2 more glory. Out the door. Dropping like a rock, sir.
She'll sink like a rock, sir. Coming up might be a bit of a problem.
Coming up could be a bit of a problem. Favorite lines ever. So McDonald feels like a smart hedge.
Right. You're going to have more than enough to get for this first campaign, right?
More than enough.
Yeah. So getting some guys who, getting some A's who could be used in a second round might be a good idea at this point. So getting guys who are like any combat round or, second combat round.
So I think if we look at this now, I've got any combat round. I've got any combat round. Any combat round after the first.
Yep.
There's a plus in any combat round. Anyone after the first.
Yep.
Any combat round.
Yep.
Any combat round. So I feel like that's a pretty good list right there. So that burns 3 admin.
Yep.
I already spent the glory.
Yep. So now that you've got your commanders assigned, now you can start, now is where you would spend your A to start using these cards.
Right. So I'll spend 2 more A.
To get +2 DRM, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to move that for you. And then you just got to pick +3 commanders that give you +3.
Well, let me find, is there anybody who only is the first?
Good.
I can't remember if I had it. That's an after the first. That's an after the first. So.
And I think all of those were any combat round. So you could just use those two.
Quite frankly, I can just do that.
Yep.
And I'm there.
And now you got your +4. And you've got your luck.
And I got my luck. And I got 1 if it's a bloody result.
Yep.
So.
Oh.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, you blitzed Russia pretty badly.
Yeah. All right. So that is the Treaty of Smolensk.
Yep.
Which is where my... Oh, thank you. $25G. So those paid for themselves.
They did.
So that actually puts me at 54, right?
It does, yep.
So I get to play the Limits of Glory.
No,
limits,
right? The Limits of Glory is 100. Yeah, you flip that.
Oh, okay.
Limits of Glory is 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. That's... It would have almost been too easy. Plus 2P. Political points are just skyrocketing right now. Russia is now allied. The good, look, everybody's allied now. The Tsar, Alexander, all of this disappears. Like literally all of it.
Yep. Russia, that Russia box.
I don't know.
Luckily, we don't have to remember those anymore.
And is that it? I think. Yeah.
The only other thing is we want to
remove this card instead of shifting Russia after a diplomacy. So basically, after the next turn, so I flip that over for this turn.
Correct. Yeah, and on the back it says skip Russia this turn.
Flip it over, and then if I roll for them to move,
correct,
this card will go away.
Correct.
First.
Correct.
So it basically takes 2 shifts for Russia to go to neutral.
That's right. Yep.
All right, that makes sense. Well, that seemed good.
Yeah.
So look, now I need to look at
diplomatic situation is pretty good. So you've managed to get all but Britain on your side through force.
Which means no campaign, correct?
I
guess I can do the Polish campaign.
Yes, actually, let's look at that because I'm trying to. Let's see. Or Polish campaign has been played. Polish campaign. Yeah, so the Polish campaign may be the one that you can play.
There's a La Patrie en danger.
Yeah, that one that one is
butchered.
Yeah, I know. So that one gets played when you lose things. No, Poland can't be played because it gets placed after victory in Prussia and Russia declare war.
Got it. So there is nothing.
No
campaign.
Yeah, I don't think there is a campaign that matches this.
Oh, Napoleon gets a little rest.
You're going to get a little rest, yes.
And so now we're basically, I got to roll for all these commanders.
Yeah, exactly. You can what we can do is just stack them up, and we'll find this a little bit easier. And then what we'll do is we'll just go from like left to right. Left to right is top to bottom, essentially. Yeah. So
all good.
First three. First 3 are all good.
And there were 3 left?
4 left.
4 left. All good.
So let's make sure that's
6, 4, 8.
Yep. So all good. So just roll 1 more for the last guy. Even this was a good Lord. You just walked in. That was a very easy campaign against Russia.
Yeah. Well, so see, I shouldn't have been nervous for the last few days. So this is going back.
Yep. Those go
into
back.
The pile. These go back up here.
Yep.
Russia disappears as a campaign.
It actually gets
removed.
If you look at it, it actually gets removed.
Oh, it gets removed?
Yep. Russia is one of the campaigns that gets removed.
All right. I don't have to ever go back there again?
You don't have to ever go back there again.
Not sure why I wouldn't want to.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. I mean, sometimes I think it's one of the ways I'm trying to remember. It's one of the ways of knocking Russia out. Now you have to get them in another war with another country, and then you can potentially conquer them. But yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So that is campaign cleanup. So then we move into diplomatic.
Which I have 1 diplomatic point.
Correct.
I can spend my 1 admin to get a second one, correct?
I think, is it 1
Let's
or 2
check that.
Is it 1 or 2 admin?
No, the domestic politics, it says 2, so let's see.
Diplomatic is...
Oh, I can spend a political point to get it. No admin.
No admin, yep.
But there's not really a reason to... Well...
You're not going to go to war with anybody this turn, like based on the diplomacy, because neutral's the worst that you can get.
Yep.
Oh, I should say that during that period where we were looking whether there was a campaign, that's actually the wrong moment to be looking at it, I should say.
It's
we looked
after
at
this
it,
shift.
It's after this shift.
Got it. All right, well, let's start with Spain, and I think I'll spend my 1 D in Spain.
You're still not rolling for Spain, because Spain is covered by one of these old treaties.
They are still. Yep.
We have to wait until either Bayonne or Spain Rises comes out, at which point that treaty goes away.
All right. So Austria, we'll just roll for Austria.
Just roll for Austria.
Should I just roll for Austria or Prussia? I think I'll just roll for Austria. So
they go neutral.
He moves 1, and that would have been a useless spend of a diplomatic.
It would have been.
I will use it for Prussia.
Prussia stays where they are.
Also a useless spend of a diplomatic point, but it was going to be wasted.
Yeah.
So that's, well, now we got to look. Actually, I'm still not at war with anybody because nobody's hostile. So
yeah, nobody's hostile.
There's no campaign.
So, yeah, I mean, we can look at it, but basically it's like Austria is, there's no campaign where Austria is like, well, if they were neutral and Spain was hostile, there'd be a campaign. If they were neutral and Prussia was hostile, but yeah, there's basically nothing that matches.
Yep.
All right. So now domestic politics, and you got a +2 because you got a bunch of allies now.
Got a +2, and I have a bunch of political points.
Yep.
So I'm going to turn it into a +3, and I still have my luck.
Yep.
Well, that's a pretty good roll.
Jeez. That's awesome.
All right. So nothing bad happens there.
Nope.
I'm
gonna. By the way, I'm flipping this Russia treaty since we skipped them already. Yep. So I think just cleanup basically at this point. You flip Napoleon's luck. Basically, you're gonna lose an admin, and that's pretty much it.
Didn't even need. Well, hold on a sec. Yeah. No, it was 2 admin.
Yeah, you need 2 admin to get it.
The political point.
To get the Yep.
Yep.
We got to remember that.
So the luck's not flipped. I think that is it, right?
I think that is it. So we're gonna go. So we go to year setup phase. So we advance. We're now in 1808.
It's going to be a quiet year.
Take your income.
Yes. So the dang family is killing me here.
So the family is costing you 5. Joseph Fouché and Nelson. So you're costing you 9. 9 total.
So 9 total would take me to 45.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty big ding.
It is a pretty big ding. It might be.
I've got to get those.
You might. This might be this also, because you don't have a war, unless something happens. This might be a good turn to think about spending admin to fire Joseph Fouché. Get him out of your hair.
Yeah.
I mean, you lose the 1 political point, but you'll.
I'm pretty high on political points right now.
And you'll also have some admin to make up for it when you're not fighting wars and things like that. So again, I'm not saying you necessarily need to do it, but just thinking about it, it's a good time to think about it.
It does make sense. I mean, is it cards that get the family members moved?
Yes. So there's a card in the game called Making Kings, and after it comes out, you can start. If you look at each of these guys' cards, you can start moving these guys to other places. Like can move to the Kingdom of Westphalia, and once they move there,
Okay.
they cease having the sort of like that really negative effect on you. I think some of them still have an effect on you, but it gets a little bit better.
Sure would like it if they. All right.
I know.
So that was the glory hit. So I've got right now, I've got +3 for the political points.
Yep.
I've got 6 admin again.
Yep.
And no diplomacy.
No diplomacy.
Points.
No. Talleyrand turned on you. Okay. It doesn't seem like a very politically savvy move, considering you've basically conquered all of Europe. He's like, nah.
I don't understand. He decided to do that right as I'm taking Russia.
Exactly. I'm switching sides.
It seemed pretty stupid. Yeah. And I think that is everything.
I believe so. So I'm going to pause real quick so that we can go find secret intelligence and take it out of the deck.
Yep. It's out of play.
Yes. So secret intelligence goes out of play, as does Talleyrand because of Talleyrand's duplicity. So now
no new cards coming in.
Now we just shuffle and play the next turn. Ooh, this is what you were hoping didn't happen last turn.
Yep. So that's an okay result right now.
Yeah, because you're not going to invade Russia.
Oh, actually, I don't even think so Tsar Alexander is no longer in play.
Yeah, you still place him in Russia. He just doesn't have any effect.
Does he?
No, he has no effect. He's going to have no effect. Because his ongoing campaign effects only happen if Tsar Alexander's in play.
There's 2 sentences, and one of them doesn't include if Tsar Alexander.
Well, so the thing is you also don't have to worry about the second result because it's only during Russia.
It's already gone.
Yeah. So it's not going to happen again.
Got it. That makes sense. Oh, yeah.
But you can see, like, he would have been really problematic because he treat all results as bloody during Russia.
So, placing the campaign modifiers. Yeah, see, this would have been an ugly start to this would have made the campaign much harder.
Yes. This would have been very bad last turn.
Now, Bonaparte's plans is right there, so that's gone now.
Yep, that's gone now, unfortunately. People, essentially, the way I read this is, you've been fighting too much and people have gotten wise, and so you've kind of lost that tactical advantage.
Yep.
People know what you're up to now.
Know what we're gonna do.
Well, I think this is nice and thematic. It's like after defeating Russia, you decide to during your year off, you build the Arc de Triomphe.
I'm absolutely spending that this turn.
Yeah.
I've never needed admin points less. I don't mind any. Bring them on all the campaign modifiers. I say that there's probably a card that'll. Wow, this would have been a terrible time to have fought Russia this turn.
Yes, it would have.
Holy smokes.
Yes. So, and I think this is a good, like, this is kind of the way the game can often play out is like if this had been last turn, imagine then you would have been then Russia could have turned disastrous. So
I would have been sweating, I can tell you that.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of this luck can come involved, but I think in that sense, every time you play, the game tells a different story, which is cool.
Yep, which is fun. Oh, I guess that's a wrap.
That is a wrap. So however,
believe I'm going to use Napoleon's luck since there's no campaign. And continue.
Okay. So roll again just to confirm you don't roll a 1.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Okay, cool.
I don't know how smart this is. Let's see what comes up. All right. That seems okay.
That is a good one, actually. Stalemate is treated as defeat. Play bloody. Okay. Blucher. Prussia is going to be, I think that's Austria. Yeah.
That's Austria.
Prussia has now got a couple of rough campaign.
Yep. Yep. All right. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Yeah, you never know.
So that's the end of that.
That's the end of that.
right. No campaign, so we can just move these guys.
Correct. Those just go back. So since we've moved on, I'm going to point out you forgot to fire Joseph Fouché if you intended to. And I only point it out because I do this all the time too, which is I kind of get in the middle of things and I'm like, I forgot to. Yep. I will often go like 4 turns where I'm like, dang it, I was planning to fire him and I forgot. So I'm just going to point it out now and maybe you'll remember it next turn.
Maybe.
Again, or maybe you weren't planning to do it and I was making an assumption.
No, I was planning on doing it, so that's all good.
All right, so now we move into the diplomatic phase. So you're rolling for everybody but Spain at this point. And you have no modifiers, no domestic politics. Or sorry, no diplomatic points.
But I can spend... Can you only do one?
You can only buy 1 per year. You can exchange 3 glory or 1 political point for 1 diplomatic point, and you can only buy 1 per year.
Okay.
You spend the political point?
So I did just spend 1 political point.
All right. So now you,
and
again, you get to choose the order you do this in. And, you know, so you, if there's a reason to do it in a specific order, that's up to you.
I think the 1, but well, let me roll Russia first.
Okay.
So Russia, basically the Treaty of Smolensk goes away.
So yeah, where did you roll? I'm sorry, I missed what die. Did you roll that?
Oh, I'm sorry, I rolled up here.
Okay, there you go. That's okay. That's okay.
I'll roll down. I'll do this one going.
This one.
Yeah, I'll do that one going forward.
That's fine. So you're going to take that out of play. And
now everyone can see what it was.
Yeah, there you go.
So that goes away, and we basically that's.
Yep. So the Treaty of Smolensk is out of play. Yep. Correct. Exactly.
So I believe I'm going to spend my 1 diplomatic point right now on Prussia.
Okay.
Did not help.
Now, Hank, before you roll, right, you do have Treaty of Dresden.
I will never remember. Okay. I think I'm gonna not play it now and hold it to.
Okay, in case Austria moves.
And stop them from. Well, the thing is what I'm trying to figure out is I may want to just go to war with Austria.
Fair enough.
Right, and they've been defeated once.
Yes.
Can they be? And they can be conquered.
So not.
I don't know.
Not if you. So the only they can be conquered if you defeat them, and the treaty that conquers them isn't available. The thing is that the treaty that's in there now is the one that you play at the end of Austria and Prussia. So if you fight Austria alone and conquer them, they won't be conquered. They'll just be defeated.
Got it.
That's not a reason not to do it. I mean, it's easier to fight them alone, but they're not going to move
doesn't
anyway.
Matter. They stay neutral.
Yeah.
Which basically means nothing again over here, correct?
I'm pretty certain of that. So, yeah.
Austria would be any, and so that's still the Polish.
Yep.
Nothing there. Nope. I don't believe so.
Nope. Doesn't look like it.
Another quiet year.
Another quiet year. Domestic politics.
Now,
you got a +1.
I am definitely going to get my 1 political point.
Good.
For my admin.
Well remembered. I need to be better at that in my own play of this game, I'm realizing.
And then I might as well now. So I've got a +1 this time, right?
You've got +1, correct.
I'm going to actually spend 4 political points.
Yep.
So I've got a +3.
Okay.
And that didn't really.
Well, it did. It saved you 2 glory. I mean, because
true. You're
otherwise
right.
you would have
You're
been in the -5, so it did. And you
Yep,
know, you didn't
yep,
have
yep.
luck, so you couldn't re-roll
Yep.
it. So that was kind of a, you know, that's not a
Yep.
bad time to pump that DRM.
Yep.
All right.
We're into cleanup.
Yep.
Napoleon's luck is flipped.
Your admin reset to
I
0.
don't think there's any, and I think that's it again.
That is it again. So now we move into 1809. Thanks for joining us for this learning playthrough of I, Napoleon from GMT Games. If you enjoyed the video, it would be great if you could leave a like. If you've got any questions about what's going on, the rules, or anything about the game, please leave a comment. Be happy to answer those if we can. If you're enjoying the series or the channel, it would be great if you could subscribe and hit the notification bell. And sharing is another way that you can definitely help the videos get found and help the channel. But we will see you next time on Agility Snips Gaming Table.